So you think you're ready for a Submariner? Well, we're here today to tell you that might not be the best road. I'm George, this is Miguel. We're going to talk watches, but most importantly, we're going to advise you on 3-4 different watches that might knock the Submariner off your list. So the Rolex Submariner in the secondary market, because there's still not any point in talking about the primary market, has come down significantly. We're getting to the point now where a good condition modern sub is going to cost you somewhere around $12,000, $13,000, which is great. I still hold the contention that the sub is one of the greatest watches you can ever own.
I think it's a staple in everyone's collection at some point.
Yeah.
But definitely other watches in the market that people need to be considering.
Sure.
Especially when we're looking at any purchase around that price point.
Yeah, because you figure the sub, it's great, it's really versatile, but it's just a dive watch. I'm a big fan of the right tool for the job. So having a little bit of a watch wardrobe makes a lot of sense. And I think for that same $12,000, you can get yourself a nice little collection. I have charged Miguel and myself to come up with 3 watches that would complete your watch collection in that price point. So we're going to start with Miguel.
One of the things that really made me fall in love with watches was when I was a little kid and I grabbed a watch and it had all that really fun lume.
Yeah.
So I'd be like in my bed looking at the watch all night and just really admiring it. And so I've got the Zodiac Seawolf, also known as the watermelon.
The watermelon, yep.
It's done in titanium. I love the color combination on there. But if you get a chance to look at the lume at this watch, it's like phenomenal. And it kind of reminds me on one of the things that really drew me into watches and why I love them so much.
Also, just a quick shout out to a good friend of mine, Mike Pearson, is now in charge of Zodiac. So company, if you're not familiar, please check them out. It's a company we think is doing everything right and at a ridiculous price point. Mike, your stuff should be more expensive.
Brought out another piece just because you kind of want to mix it up a little bit, at least when you build a collection, right? This is the Heritage Pilot Chronograph from IWC, which also has a date. And it's an excellent watch. It's got a different dial with the Arabic numerals on there. As far as functionality goes, of course, you have the additional complications.
Yep.
And so it kind of helps you get a more well-rounded collection. And also for the price point, now we have to remember, IWC is another big watch brand that's been around since the mid to late 1800s. So you're getting a lot of heritage, you're getting a lot of bang for buck. And again, this piece, it's going to be sub 5,000. So it's just a phenomenal piece.
And the minute you grabbed it, I immediately thought, I should have grabbed a chronograph. I didn't grab one, but anyway, killer watch. I love the kind of the rough and tumble look of that. I want to grow scruff for that watch. You know what I mean? It's just a really it's a cool guy's watch, and I'm not a cool guy.
And they kind of reintroduced that Fotina, right? So it gives you that look of a piece that's been worn and has kind of just
aged.
Yeah.
Well, because this one is a direct nod to a much earlier Mark watch that they had done for pilots, and it did have that patina over the age, but did a great job with it. And I think a lot of companies do this Fotina. Not all of them do it right. And I think IWC, I think Panerai, I really got the color right. Not everybody did.
All right, and my last watch, which now we're going to go sporty. And we're going to go two-tone, right? Because you want to have some gold, especially if you're not ready to kind of pull the trigger on those solid gold pieces, whether it'd be a big name or not. The color combination is great. I love the rubber strap. It's a Super Ocean. It's a Breitling, something that not everybody knows, too. This movement was made by Tudor.
Correct. Yep. It was one of those weird times in history where Breitling specializes in chronographs. So they literally borrowed Breitling's. And then next thing you know, Breitling's like, all right, cool, we don't want to do a 3-hander. Can we steal yours? So they actually did like a movement swap.
Great piece. Again, you're sitting around just over $3,000. Low to mid $3,000 is what we're looking at for these price points. And again, a combination of these 3 watches, I think, is just like a well-rounded collection. And it'll total up to what a Submariner is going for today.
So Miguel showed us his 3, and I would like to second his 3. I think they're fantastic, but either way, I'm going to show you mine. This is the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra. I kind of call this like a grown-up's everyday watch. Is it a dive watch? Sure. Is it a dress watch? Absolutely. Can you do it in a t-shirt and jeans? Sure. Can I do it with a suit? Absolutely. Blue dial spectacular, just enough lume without going too over the top. Secondary market drops it right where it needs to be, right around 4-ish something thousand. So coupling this in with a solid daily driver, something you can wear when you're going out and doing stuff. I picked the base model Panerai radiometer. Secondary market, I mean, this is a really good example, but some with a little bit of patina on it. It's just a spectacular watch. Manual wind, just rough and tumble, and really speaks. This would be my equivalent to your IWC Pilot watch, you know?
Especially for me, George. I mean, I'm a pretty small guy. So some of the things that I consider when I buy a watch too is like, how is it going to wear? This being a 45 doesn't wear like a 45. It actually wears much smaller than typical 45s, even from other manufacturers who haven't.
Full disclosure, I own this watch. I have an older version. I have the old PAM 183, but you're absolutely right. Can I wear a 45 millimeter watch? Can I wear that 45 millimeter watch? Absolutely. Yeah, it's just great. One thing we didn't really do, a little bit of a dressier watch. This is Cartier's Roland. Spectacular watch, particularly on a strap. It does come on a bracelet variant as well, but I think you kind of lose the magic of the watch. I love this one on a strap. Simple, elegant, a gentleman's watch, and the answer is always Cartier. I just think this is a spectacular watch, and again, bang for the buck, new. This thing's like $4,100. It astounds me, the value you get with Cartier, especially versus the Prestige when you wear it.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there as far as like, I think consumers are definitely waking up in the market and they're realizing Cartier for what they are. I mean, they do have an incredible history, especially
modern,
with
vintage, whatever. Yeah,
and it's just done so tastefully, so elegantly. I think you're right. It is the perfect gentleman's watch, and it's the watch that you wear when you want to be understated, you kind of want to be dressed, and you just want to have a little bit of a tasteful impact with your expression in watches. So
if you think you're ready for a Submariner, get a Submariner. If not, you can get a whole watch collection, man.